Okay, welcome back. Now we're going to go through and look at the layout of our application. So first of all, let's go ahead and start the server, Sails Lift. And you'll see the default route launches this Sails welcome page, which was generated when we created the new project. So let's take a look at this file. So first I want to go into config routes.js. So this is where the routing is taking place for the root route to home index. And if we look at the views directory under home, we can find that index.ejs file that's being rendered here, this default page. But we want to change that. So we'll go back into the project and we're going to go look in our views folder and actually create a new folder, in this case static, and this is what's going to hold all of our static pages. And then within the static folder I'm going to create a new file, and this file is going to be just called index.ejs. Okay, and let's just put a header in here that says this is our home page. How about that? All right, then we're going to go into the routes.js file and change this default root route, and instead of home index we're going to rename that static index. Okay, let's restart the server, and now when I refresh the page we're on our home page. Okay, great. Let's look a little deeper into this file. I'm going to go ahead and look at the source, and there's a bunch going on, and what's going on really derives from a file called layout.ejs. So let's look at that in our project. So layout.ejs is going to be the wrapper of content that's not going to change page to page, whereas your views are going to be the dynamic content that is going to change. So in this case, our static index page, this H1 that says this is our home page, is the view, the dynamic view that is inserted here where it says body into our layout. And Sails is going to wrap the layout.ejs file around our index.ejs file. One other thing to note is the linker designation. When we created the project, if you come up here under assets, linker, what that's going to do is, as a convenience, all the JavaScript that you put under JS and all the styles that you put under styles will be compiled and minified via this layout file, this layout.ejs file, when Sails lifts. So this is a way we can use Twitter Bootstrap, and we can drop our Twitter Bootstrap JavaScript files and CSS files right into here, and they're available on every page via the layout.ejs file. And I'm going to show you how that works right now. So through the magic of editing, I've gone ahead and dropped bootstrap.js and bootstrap.css right into our project. And let's see what changes were made here. So if we go back to our file and reload that page, you can see some of the styling from Bootstrap's already taking effect. If we go back to layout.ejs, you'll also notice that our CSS and JavaScript have been inserted into the layout.ejs file. How that's done is using Grunt, and I'm going to have a separate screencast that'll go over how to customize this Grunt file right here. The last thing we need to do is to customize our index.ejs file for our sign-up page, and let's do that now. So through the magic of cut and paste, I'm going to put some new code here. I'm going to save it, and let's go take a look and see what it looks like. Oh, that's much better. That looks great. I also want to add some navigation, but here the navigation isn't going to change from page to page, so that would be better put in my layout.ejs file. So let's go place it there. So above this body, I'm going to place our nav code. And below body, I'm going to put our footer code. Okay, I'm going to save this and let's go back and refresh. We now have our basic nav bar, footer, and at least link to the sign up page. All right, in the next screencast, we're going to go over creating our first model and controller and hooking that up to the sign up page. Thanks for watching.